Hey guys, Bink here with Bink's Corvair Addiction. Let's see, what are we going to call this one? New problems with rear axles. Right? New problems with rear axle. I got it right. Yeah, right here. Well, I got my axles all in and I could not get my drum over this here centerpiece. It would not fit. This is the one I cut off. And this one here is about 8 thousandths oversized. And out of 7 axles I had to pick this one. The other 6 are the correct size. I was told maybe people had said that sometimes they pound on these and they get mushroomed over. So I try to take care of that in this video. And that didn't do it neither. So this one here, we'll have to get machined down. And see what else. Gary's going to explain to us why we need shims under the races in there if there is play in your bearing, your seals. He's going to explain all that in this video. And because I had pressed another one together for a spare, and it's tight. It won't swivel. So Gary's going to explain all that in this video. So, like I said, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all grabbing a bad one. Now I know to check all the. I don't know what's my chances. 7 axles and I picked a crap one. Anyways, let's check out this video. All right, another little thing that I'm doing is I was having problems with. I could not get this to fit on all the way. It would not fit over this. During the tech session, I was really busy. I was running around doing, stuff, so I didn't have much time to talk and ask people questions. But I did ask Dave Winslick, and I asked him. I said, I can't get on this. And he says, sometimes they beat on the end of these things, and it mushrooms them out. Well, I tried with a caliper and I seen it's off, so he said use a 3-inch hole saw, and I did stick it on there, and it touches it a little bit. So I'm going to try this trick because this one will not fit on. So let's see. It's Monday. It's not a very productive Monday, but I'm getting stuff done. If this takes care of this problem, I would be happy. Because the next thing would be like Jeff, the machinist that was over, says, take it out, give it to me. He goes, I'll throw it in my lathe. Now, I could have did that if I didn't sell my dad's big lathe I had here. But I don't have to pull this all out. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It does hit a little bit. So, I don't know. We'll see. One little area that is hitting in there. Well, I don't know. That's an irritating sound. Whew. So, I don't know. Would I be that lucky? I doubt it. I doubt it. Not quite all the way. Now these teeth on this one could be worn out a little bit, Very close. This one here fits on that side. Vice versa, it just won't fit over this. I cleaned the paint out of this one and very close, but no cigar yet. I don't know. I don't want my tire going. Gary's like, oh, check some other ones and see if they're smaller and just change it. Well, why do all that? I mean, they all should fit each other. If it just needed a little cleaning up, that'd be great. it wasn't that way. See, this way won't fit. Yeah, I don't know. Can't really bend these teeth in because they're hardened, you know. And it's still just not quite there. Just not quite there. I don't know. What's the dealio? All right, well, I grabbed two of my other axles I had, and the drum fits right on it because these here, one's 8 thousandths and the other one's 12 thousandths, smaller here than the one I picked out. Oops. You know, just slop on this, you know, and where that one, it's, you know, it's on there. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I got a new one of these that had a little more on there, so I could just cut it off a little more. If not, I'll have to pull that one out, pull it all apart, pull my bearings out, press it off. Probably don't have to pull the studs out. Yeah, I'd pull the studs out. I guess if Jeff needs, yeah, he would need that out to get that machined. Pull the studs out and have them knock off a little bit on there so I could get a drum on it. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's my luck. Isn't it crazy? Anyways, I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Do I waste the money and get this? Is it going to be, you know, you can't have that cut crooked wrong. You know, I don't know. I don't know. These guys are going to say not to do that. I was told to do this if you got like a mushroom on the end and stuff, but that's not a mushroom on the end. It seems like the whole piece here, all the way down, is just a little bit bigger. I'm gonna check it again now and see what it is compared to what it was. I know it was hitting a little bit, but man, nothing but problems. Yeah, they all seem to be about 15 to 18 thousandths smaller than that bugger on there. Why? Why is that? Why is that? I don't know. But I know I can't leave it on there, so I don't know. I guess I'll be pulling that apart in the morning because it's Monday and I'm tired. I'm done. It's turned into a Monday. I don't know. All right. I'll just work on that later tomorrow or something. All right, guys. So it is Tuesday morning, bright and early. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end up pulling this axle. I talked to Gary about it. I just talked to Gary. I call him pretty much almost every day regardless, and he wants to come over and help. So I said, how about like Wednesday? And he's like, well, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, any of the days, all the days, you know. So I'm going to pull this axle out. I'll have to press the end of it off. Unbolt it, press the end off that goes to your U-joint. So, and I'm going to sit this one to the side, and I'm going to let Gary decide what we want to do. I got a couple other axles that are cleaned up here. I just have to press some other studs in it, and I'm press them out, press the new ones in. And I do have another axle that I was putting together, and the bearing's a little tight where it rotates and moves, not spins, but it swivels. And I was asking Gary about that, he said, well, maybe we'll have to pull it apart and take a look. Maybe you need a shim in there or shim out, or he said, we just got to look at it. So he's the guy to talk to, and he knows what he's looking at. So I'll just get this one out onto the side, and I'll probably go get Gary his breakfast and bring him over here tomorrow, and we'll kind of look at that. All right, I'm having Gary look at the one that I said when I press it, it doesn't want to roll. And he showed me that there's movement in the bearing, so it needs another shim. So probably to properly check it, you got to pull the grease out, right? So you can see if it moves around.
Yep.
The races should come out.
It should just slide out, but we're sliding. See how my screwdriver is disappearing?
Yeah, it's going in.
Yeah.
Because some of them I got them out, some I didn't even do that when I cleaned it.
Yeah.
So this one probably
One that you
didn't take apart.
Right.
Yeah, somebody was looking to buy the seals for rebuilding them, and I don't know if he was able to locate somebody that can manufacture them, because that's what he does.
Oh, yeah?
I can go clean that out too.
Good. I gotta.
Because I didn't pull it apart to clean that.
What the hell? You didn't even put the. I'd say that's probably. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see something on there. That's 12, 20. It says 17. And I'm gonna check this one just to say I did. Yep, she's right on 20. And this one here is a 10.
So you get a 10, a 20, and a
17. Yep. So, and do we have any more of these?
it's only, unless in your box maybe. I don't know. What, do you think you need more than?
Yeah, I'm afraid this is going to take a lot more than what we got here. Any trimmers in there?
Well,
Nope.
I can get some more shims instead of wasting time pushing it together.
Well, we have to check and see what we got, See if we have to add to it or subtract.
Well, we know we have to add to it.
Well, yeah.
We only have,
So I've got 10.
so you're adding 17 to it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's all. I keep everything in this little box here, and for some reason, like you said, this I ordered FC.
Yeah. Those are
Kit.
FC.
And they gave me car
Yeah. Yeah.
shims.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Now I know it won't fall. I'm out.
Yeah, the shim won't push it out.
Right. Okay, now I need a pair of vice grips.
Preferably a pair to work. No, I know. Some of these were worn out.
Rode hard.
Okay.
Yep, we need more shims.
Because it moves up and down.
Yeah, feel it.
Oh yeah. Well, that moves quite a bit.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's gonna need
Another
20.
Yeah,
Okay.
to begin with.
All right. Well, we'll throw that one to the side. Now I know what's.
So we don't have another.
I'll tear one apart and see what's in it or something. But
Oh.
I can see if I get shims or whatever. But I'm just gonna put a tag on there, add another 20, check
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So at least now I know that was. So that's the reason why when I put this in there, it doesn't.
Right. That it went up against the seal was because it went up.
Oh, okay. Because the whole bearing moved against the seal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Learning. Learning. Okay.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn. Okay, good deal. Well, I got my axle. I'm gonna press some new studs in them quick, or paint it, press some studs in, throw it in, and we'll go on to better things.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'll go grab a smoke.
All right. Well, thanks for teaching me that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I found a shim.
Did you? Oh.
Well, I found a shim.
Yeah.
And you checked it was 0.021. So Gary took a 10 out.
Took a 10 out and put a 21 in.
What? Still moving around a lot?
We had to put in another shim.
So it wasn't enough, so you just added the
Added
the 10.
the 10 back to it. So that's let's see what we got now. Some bitch is still loose. You can still move it up and
Still
down.
goes up and down.
Yep.
So could it be another problem or no?
No, it's
Just shims?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worn that much.
Okay. All right. All right. We tried.
Right. Now we run out of shims.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff, make us some shims. We need a 30.
Yeah, we can take that out and
Couple
then add
30s.
that stuff too. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
we tried. I'll just take this. It needs a shim still, and
Yeah.
another day.
Right.
This was just a spare one, and you teaching me why it was tight. No shims that get tight. Does that need to be flattened, or is that fine? Like that's supposed to be like that?
No, it should be flattened.
Should be flattened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flatten it too. All right.
Yep.
Smoky break.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys. Well, I guess Gary helped explain why we need shims in the bearings there. We're up to about what 47 thousandths. Yeah, 47 thousandths. Because I had some shims from some other bearings there that I took. 47 thousandths, and Gary cracked up and started laughing. He's like, it still needs more shims. And I did go ahead and check the FC bearing rebuild kit I got from Clark's. It comes with some rivets, some O-rings, some grease, and some shims. For some reason, there's only one FC shim in there, and 2 or 3 smaller ones. Gary said them are for cars. So I don't know. I looked on Clark's and I can't find just the shims for the FCs. So told that to Jeff, the machinist, and he said, "Well, just give me one. I'll make you assortment, whatever you need, whatever size." So we're at like what 47 thousandths of an inch. So, and it was still loose. So I'll probably have him make me a assortment, make me a 50. I mean, maybe that's pretty uncommon to have that much slop in it, but if it maybe a 50, and then we have some other ones, some 10s and 17s or something, 20. So I'll have him do a 50, maybe a 40, a 25 or something. You know, just make me assortment, Jeff. Let me know what I owe you. And like I was telling him about this, and he's like, right away, just you don't get me it. I'll that's easy peasy. He likes to say it, and I know it is easy. And if I had my dad's lathe here, I think I could chuck 1 3/4 inches in it. I can't remember. Maybe there was more. I could have put this in and did this myself. But then, it would have took up, it had a 5-foot bed on it. And it was about, I don't know. It was 3/4 the length of that car. And, but, it just sat here for years and years and years. It did nothing with it, And that's the way it goes. You get rid of something, and then you kind of need it. So I said, what's the chances? All these axles I grabbed this one here, that it's bigger for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not going to ask on any of the Corvair groups because I'll get 50 different answers and say I'm stupid and other stuff. And, I don't know. Wrong answers, right answers. I don't know why. It's not been pounded over. I ran the 3-inch, I think it was 3-inch hole saw over it, and I tried kind of wiggling it a little bit, hoping that would have just took it because I didn't want to have to pull an axle out. So, and then Gary says I I said, well, what axle should I pick? You know, all these were fine. Check that. He said, pick one that when your yoke goes on, it's only going to go on about halfway and get tight, or one that doesn't be, so it's loose. So that one there went on about halfway, and it was a bugger getting her on there nice and tight, but I got her all on there, and all back together. That's all good. So, I don't know. We'll get her fixed. We'll get some shims made for the other axles and get them put together. I don't know. I'm having fun learning. Gary's a great teacher. He loves me to get him over here. You know, I get him over here every couple of weeks, and you know, and he spends 4 or 5 hours here. And I take him home. He thanks me for getting him out of the house, and he always seems to give me a couple parts and pieces over there at his place and lots of advice. I try to help him out. I have a few parts here to fix for him on the bench and clean up. I didn't weld. I says, I'll do that for you. You know, I try to get stuff, you know, I just ask him when I'm over there, and, you know, what are you working on here? And, well, I gotta clean that. I said, I'll do it for you, you know. So I try to help out Gary a little bit, and yeah, he teaches me a lot, and I love Gary, you know. I'd be lost without him, you know. Like, he's going to ask so many questions, and I can't sit there and read these manuals and books, you know. I don't learn that way. I got to visual learn and watch lots of videos on YouTube, but, you know, I'm hoping I'm helping you guys out by putting some good ones out there. Hope everyone's getting a little bit of good information out of them. Send me pictures of your rides. I want some pictures of your rides, Corvairs, and I'll try to do a bunch of, if I get a bunch. I haven't gotten any yet. I've been asking. And if I get a bunch of Corvairs, I'll put something together or start sticking in some videos. Let me know how I'm doing. Any better way to doing it. I did have a comment, a crappy comment, I thought it was. It wasn't crappy, but, sorry, it wasn't crappy, but when you start throwing F-bombs out there, I don't like that. But anyways, I had asked Gary when about, he said cut the axle and all that to save that bearing. I says, can I take that pole washer, split one in half, and put the 2 halves in there and pull it off that way? And he said, no, absolutely not. And I'm not going to argue with him, you know, but I thought that would work. So if somebody says, cut the ring and pull it, and pull it out. So I said, cut what ring? You know, I don't say, because he's like, what, WTF, you know? And I'm like, oh, cut what ring? And he said, cut the pole ring, put it on there, and on your pole plate, and just pull it off. Like I said, I asked Gary, and he said no. And I thought it would have worked. I just went with Gary. I think it would have worked too. I think you were right, 100% out there. Cut the ring, throw 2 halves in there, and pull it. Didn't want to wreck the bearing. You know, I think it would have been fine. Well, I could have put them on there. I could have put them on there, and I could have probably wrapped it with some leather, put a little tack on the ends of those 2 halves, and pulled it. But you know, that's the way Gary said to do it. That's the way I did it. So, you know, we scrapped an axle, but we saved the bearing. You know, I'm learning. I'll tell that to Gary that I would suggest to actually do that too, you know. And I think it would have worked. I think you were right. So, anyways, I guess that's the end of this video. On to something new and fun. I'll be building and making some more custom stuff underneath a little bit, and going from there. All right. Well, again, like usual, thanks for watching. Thanks, Corvair Addiction.